In the heart of downtown Des Plaines, Illinois, you'll find a welcoming space, a community center, an inspiring collection of art, literature, film, music, and information, a place to work, learn, and play. Follow the inscribed bricks in Library Plaza, and you'll find yourself at the front door of the Des Plaines Public Library, located at 1501 Ellinwood Street in downtown Des Plaines. Just inside the door, you'll find the atrium, information and registration desks. Along with helpful and friendly staff persons, you'll probably also notice the beautiful wooden desks and trim made from Anna Gray, an African wood with a rich, light tan color. On the north side of the atrium, you'll also find a familiar face. In the spring of 2004, the Friends of the Library celebrated their 50th anniversary. They wanted to give the library a special gift to mark the occasion and chose this bronze sculpture, Young Lincoln Learning, made from a ceramic original by sculptor Guido Rebicini. The statue shows young Abraham Lincoln reflecting on the book he holds in his hand, while a dog rests at his feet. The informal yet distinctive pose is a fitting tribute to one of America's best-loved and well-read presidents. One of the architectural highlights of the library is a 4-story atrium with a majestic staircase and a hanging sculpture called Skyward. Skyward conveys the notion of leaves of print and typed letters spiraling upward, as if recently liberated from books or computer screens. Christina Lucas and Michael Hayden created the sculpture of holographic rectangles, and each character is in a different calligraphic style. Some of the pieces are mirrorized, while others are transparent or partially metallized. The thickness of the pieces varies, and some are patterned. The pieces get their color from the refraction of light. While we're looking up, let's take a walk up to the second floor, home to the Youth Services Department. Everything here was designed to make kids feel welcome and comfortable. The whole floor has a river theme, from the wave banners hanging from the ceiling to the funky fish on the ends of the bookshelves. Our boat was christened Sea Friendship by its donor, who wishes to remain anonymous. Here, children may read, play with puppets, and make new friends while pretending to sail down the Des Plaines River, or anywhere imagination takes them. There are separate areas where elementary school, middle school, and junior high students may read or relax. Kids can play a variety of games, and bright, fun furniture makes the second floor an inviting place to just hang out. Computers for homework and recreational use are available for children on the second floor. Lots of different types of trees grow in Des Plaines, but the library is home to one very unique tree, the Poet Tree. The Poetry Corner was dedicated on April 13, 2002. Funding for the project was donated by Douglas and Maxine Hubbard, along with their son Douglas, in memory of Rebecca May Hubbard. Inside the poetry, there is room for a child to sit and read or write. The area also includes an interactive magnetic poetry board and a small stage for performing or reading. The children's poetry books can also be found in the Poetry Corner. The Poetry Corner is set against a backdrop of river and sky, with playful animals providing an audience for poets and readers. The Poetry Corner can be found in the northeast corner of the library's second floor, but the fun doesn't stop there. Wait until you see the mural that covers the entire south wall of the Youth Services Department. Artist Robert Jessup used acrylic paint to create this lively and colorful 80-foot mural to introduce young children to the joy of stories. The characters depicted are inspired by storybooks and fairy tales from around the world, each transformed by the artist's unique interpretation. The mural incorporates a long-standing tradition of the Des Plaines Public Library, the aquarium, which may be viewed from the main floor of the library as well as from the Storytime room. Jessup says we humans are storytellers. We tell our stories by word of mouth or with the written word, but we also tell our stories through the pictures we make. Speaking of that aquarium, have you ever wondered what it would be like to be inside the fish tank looking out? Step into our Storytime room and you'll find out. The library Storytime room is another amazing work of art created by artist, muralist, illustrator, and author Kevin Luthart. Luthart covered the walls of the room with a large-scale mural, an underwater scene with a magical variety of fish, animals, children, and plants. The mural was another generous gift from our friends at the library. Ready to move on? Let's head up to the third floor. The third floor of the library is generally called Reader Services. Here is where you'll find popular reading materials, including current magazines and newspapers. You'll also find our extensive collection of DVDs and CDs, the teen lounge, study rooms, foreign language and literacy collections, lots of comfortable seating, and a great view of the city. Ask the helpful Reader Services staff for assistance in finding something to read, listen to, or watch, whether you're a North Sider or a South Sider. On the third floor, you'll also find the Rotary Heritage Room, a quiet, technology-free place for reading and reflection. It houses the Mullenbach collection of award-winning and classic fiction for children and adults. The collection was funded by the late Jane Moore to honor her aunt, Jane Mullenbach. An antique quilt hangs on the south wall of the Heritage Room, and like all of the artwork in the library, the quilt was funded by donations. Historic photos of displays and an historic etching donated by Kurt Major hang on the west wall. The processing and framing of the photos was funded by a donation from the Friends of Janet Evans. Literacy is the theme of the computer-generated mural on the third floor's south wall. Artist Pei White created this mural, which rises up from the floor to wrap onto the ceiling. White describes the reader as the lone navigator of his or her own boat, traveling through perhaps uncharted territory. White goes on to say that through literacy, all places and things are possible. There's lots to see and do on the fourth floor, too. Let's take a look. The fourth floor is home to reference services, where our professional staff can give you assistance with all of your information needs. You'll also find nonfiction books, traditional reference materials, and back issues of magazines and newspapers. The outdoor terrace provides a spectacular view of displays during the warm weather months. Public computers with internet access, study carrels, and private study rooms are also available on the fourth floor. The fourth floor hosts another exciting art installation, this one the creation of Chicago sculptor Fred Nagelbach. The theme of the artwork is lifelong learning. Nagelbach created a three-dimensional work that is part sculpture and part anthropological exhibit. The work invites viewers to pause, explore, and return often for a fresh perspective. Themes used to create the sculpture include alphabets, punctuations, scrivener's tools, and fruit. Nagelbach says, "The library is a repository of the fruits of the mind." The materials used to make this sculpture include wood, steel, aluminum, and bronze. That's a short look at a library with more than 100 years of experience in serving its community, the Des Plaines Public Library. We hope you enjoyed your virtual tour. Stop by and see us during our regular library hours, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday from 1 to 5 p.m. We are located at 1501 Ellinwood Street in downtown Des Plaines. You can reach us by phone at 847-827-5551 or visit us in our virtual branch at www.dppl.org.